Sup, Plickers, and welcome back to Pleeka Thrones. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
Whoa, what do you think I fucked up?
Forgot that you called it that shit.
So today we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones Episode 4, Spoils of War. I think we should hold off on the end battle scene until the end. I think we should get in the beginning episode and go on,
Okay.
because that's the obvious thing to talk about. So where do you want to start?
Well, I really enjoyed the beginning.
I did too.
The Bran stuff. The Littlefinger stuff. When Littlefinger, he's like, here, they tried to kill you, and he was like, why are you giving me this?
It's funny because Bran talking to Littlefinger,
Mm-hmm.
he's like the first person I've seen besides, I guess, Sansa a little bit, but like right off the bat, he's talking to him. He has that look like, I'm not falling for your bullshit.
Yeah, totally.
Because like Littlefinger, I don't think at this point knows that he can see everything, knows everything. So he's like, I know what a sly, like, this is while you are, and like, I know everything that's just gonna happen, so I'm not falling for your bullshit.
Wait, when he's like, chaos, and he goes, is a ladder. And I was like, oh, shit, he hit him with chaos as a ladder.
You see, I didn't even catch that until you told me it.
Yeah, that was like a major thing. Like, that was his, like, little catchphrase, like, from season 1 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And I really liked when Arya fought Brienne.
Brienne, yeah.
Like when as soon as she walked in, I leaned over to Mom and I was like, "Oh, they're gonna be best friends. Like they're gonna hit it off perfectly because like they're both kind of the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Like they're like they fight. They don't take anybody's bullshit. Like
yeah.
So
I could see that.
So like she walks in, she's like, "Yeah,
they're both the same side.
Don't fight anybody like her to begin with." And then she talks about she wants to train and all that, and then just fighting it. Like you said, we talked about this earlier. Arya could have killed her plenty of times, and she's supposed to be like the most badass soldier there.
She beat the Hound.
Yeah.
Which I think the only one who could beat the Hound was his brother, who's the Mountain, who's now a zombie.
Do you think Arya could beat the Mountain if they got in a little tussle?
I wouldn't put my money against Arya against anyone.
Yeah, I did like too when like Bran gave her that
dagger.
That dagger, and he's like, "Here, it's for your list or whatever." And then and then
cool.
Sansa's like, "So how many people are on your list?" She's like, "Oh, well, most of them are dead." And Sansa's like, "What the fuck happened to my sister?"
Well, and like when she mentioned, she's like, "Oh, she's on my list." And she, "What list?" "Oh, those people I'm gonna kill." And they both kind of like, she just giggles. She's like, "Ha ha."
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, it's funny. She's got a list of the people that she hates or whatever."
And then Arya played it off though.
Yeah. But then I think at that point with the dagger, most of them then she's like, "Oh, she really meant she's killing people."
Well, and then Bran's like, "Yeah. So here's a dagger. I know what you're gonna do with this. So enjoy."
Yeah.
Which would be cool to see, like. So that dagger will kill White Walkers because it's Valyrian steel.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling.
I laughed too when they're like, "Are you sure you want to give it to me?" He was like, "Well, it's a waste on a cripple."
Yeah.
I'm starting to like him more. We're like, not like I didn't like him before.
But yeah, he's still weird as fuck.
Yeah.
But
like he's such an interesting character because like you don't really know what's gonna happen with him, which is cool too.
Well, it's cool because like you start to see the old man in him, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, like he was the same kind of tone, sort of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I literally just didn't want the episode to end.
Yeah, me too. I was like, especially like in the end battle scene, I was like, I could just watch them fight this for hours.
Let's see what happens.
And
let's get everything.
As I was going to, I was just thinking too, I wonder how much this cost. Because that had to be a lot of money into that episode.
I don't give a shit.
Well, because like there's dragons, explosions, like all this stuff. I was just like, wow, I bet this costs a lot of money. But like, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it probably did cost a lot of money, but I don't care.
Well, I didn't care. I was thinking, I think
pay
it's
them
cool.
money every month. They can fucking.
Well, that's like, yeah, everybody's paying for Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Of
course, I do give my password out to a lot of people, but
that's true.
They keep asking me for it.
So what do you think Littlefinger was thinking when he saw Arya and Brienne fight at the end? Like at the end, because he gave a look, and to me at first I was thinking it was like, oh, I could use her. She's like a good fighter. But then Mom pointed out that he probably saw the dagger.
Well, he definitely saw the dagger.
Yeah.
So
like,
it's hard to. I think the first thing I noticed is that Sansa had looked irritated and like walked away.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't get what it was all about.
Yeah, like I don't.
Each other.
Like, is she upset because, like, basically she's like, "I'll tell Brienne to kill you," and now here Arya's like taking her. Like,
yeah.
Is she taking away, or is she distracting her? Like, I just didn't get. So Sansa walks away, and then so I almost felt like Littlefinger liked the fact that Sansa walked away because she was annoyed with Arya or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, he's
Yeah.
just such a nutbag.
I don't know what his plan is this season. He definitely has something going on.
If this was
But I
Big
don't know what-
Brother, he'd be a floater right now.
Yeah.
Cause like he's just like there.
But like it seems like he's cooking up a plan, but I don't know what it is.
No, like he's really like getting the house on the other side and like getting them all together. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know what you're saying. Like,
But like I don't know what he's planning on doing.
no, like, and honestly, I think maybe I'm completely wrong, but I think that his cause he's done a lot of shit in his time.
Yeah.
I think his plans are over. I think his plans aren't over, but I think something, because there's not a lot of time left, is going to backfire.
A lot of fans I've seen like on the internet have been talking about that.
Really?
Like I've seen Nerdist retweet a bunch of stuff. Like a lot of people think that he's gonna die this season towards the end. Like so he's gonna
Which we're
plan
getting
something
there.
and it's gonna backfire and then he's gonna get killed.
Well, because, okay, so now Bran's there. He knows what they're going to do. He knows
Yeah.
what he's going to do. So he's not going to trick him.
Wait, if yeah,
And that's almost cheating,
kinda yeah.
you know? But I assume the Night King can kind of do the same thing.
Which
just
you know what
dead
I just thought
people.
about? Bran is kind of like everybody in the beginning of Game of Thrones. He's like, oh yeah, I know what's gonna happen. Blah blah blah. Like you know,
everyone
all
read
the
the books?
he's all the
Yeah.
book readers.
Yeah,
He knows
that's-
exactly what's gonna go down.
Bran's a book reader.
Yeah.
He's a smug book reader.
Exactly what he is.
Yeah.
But like in that sense, if Littlefinger is gonna do anything to fuck over his family, he can stop it. He could definitely be like,
or
"Hey,
tell
Arya,
someone. Yeah.
get out, hey, he's gonna do something, go kill him or whatever," you know.
Yeah.
So that'll
Yeah.
be it'll be interesting, like how those two.
It was just
Go
cool to
against each other.
see. Like, if you think about it, well, except for John left, which figures,
I know.
but Arya, Bran, and Sansa together again. It's like the first time since like what, episode 2 or 1 or something.
Yeah, so that's what I liked. Is like that's what I liked in the beginning of the show. Is them all like I liked their family and like
Yeah.
talking together.
Well,
So it was really cool.
a couple of them had to die first.
Yeah, but I liked seeing them together again, and especially because how different they all are now.
Yeah, they're all Sansa might.
Sansa's the closest to how her character was in the beginning.
See, I
out
think
of
she might
anybody.
be the most different.
You think so?
Well, because she was such a like a teenage girl, and now she's like a grown up.
Yeah, but see, like to me, she just grew up. But
Yeah, but she's smarter than she was when she left.
oh, I guess that's a good point too, though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Arya's still like Arya was a nutbag. She's just a little girl.
Yeah,
Now she's like a killer. You know?
and
I mean, Bran walked for an episode, and he's been fucking getting hauled around, you know, ever since. So,
yeah,
I mean,
that
obviously
was weird too.
obviously he's completely different.
Yeah, I
but
mean, he even said like when that girl walked into his room and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go with my family now."
he's like, okay,
He's like, "Oh yeah, see ya." She's like, "You don't got?" He's like, "Oh, thanks."
yeah,
And that was something. He's like, "Well, you know, I'm not Brandon Stark anymore."
yeah. That was actually
whatever he
kinda
said and all
sad.
that. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, so he really doesn't think he's like he just is someone else now.
And it comes across that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was like, "Fuck you," you know what I mean?
basically. I mean, after all that, like
Which
like
I
she
think
said,
s-
her brother died from.
I
So
think
many
she's
people have
gonna go
died.
to her dad and then bring her dad back, or something's got to happen with her dad. I mean,
Mhm.
unless they just don't go that story route. But
Mhm.
like, I mean, he's the guy that he knows that they got the baby, and Jon Snow's the baby
Yeah,
from the Stark girl. So
Which-
like,
I don't. It's annoying. We should have watched the next time right before this video. But I remember Bran saying something about like all that in the next on
oh really?
about John and all that. And I was wondering if next episode is gonna be part of them coming out saying he's a Targaryen or whatever. But I can't remember what the line was.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Because it's funny. I was like, oh, when I heard them
Oh,
say
really?
something, and Mom goes, oh, that next on showed nothing.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I could have been making that up now, but just from thinking about it.
When I
But I-
watched it, it was like 1:00 in the morning.
Because they showed a couple things, but I think they were. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know John was in that room with At least in the
Oh.
scene they should have talked about. He was in the room where they were planning all this shit back in Dragonstone or whatever.
Was he in Dragonstone or was he in Winterfell? I thought I saw him in
It
Winterfell.
looked like the Dragonstone table, but it could have been in Winterfell. But I think it was Bran talking over, so it
Oh.
was probably different scenes that they cut together.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was. Fuck. Maybe if I can find, I could submit it in right here. for you video and audio listeners, but I thought it was interesting what was going on in there.
Yeah. Well, and then that's the thing too. So John goes. He's still at Dragonstone. So that was kind of weird. All the writing on the walls.
Oh yeah.
And then they.
So like, and then when Mom saw that, she goes, "So do you think he's kind of changing her mind because like he showed them basically what's going on now? He's like they all got together and they fought the White Walkers."
Just like the Parent Trap.
Shut up. And then but then like, so do you think he was? Like, do you think he affected her in any way? Or do you think she was just like, yeah, they're...
Well, they definitely wanted to bang.
Yeah. She said again, she's like, can't they just fucking get it over with? Like, go...
Your mother said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I said, well, that's like his aunt. She's like, oh, it doesn't stop anybody else in this fucking world. And I was like,
She's kinda got a point.
one other brother and sister fuck in this world, and that's it. And I go, so I was like, oh, you gonna go fuck Jackson now? She goes, oh, fuck no. I go, well, exactly.
Wow.
She goes, it's just his aunt. It's
I
not
mean-
that big a deal.
I mean, they don't know, so
That's true. Maybe this, like, as they're right as he,
it's better than brother and sister.
right when he puts his wiener inside her, Bran's gonna get rolled in the room, and then he's like, wait, that's your aunt. John, don't.
You're so stupid. But I thought it was cool that. So how old is the fucking Night King?
Yeah.
And apparently they didn't defeat him. They just put up a wall and said, "Hey, don't come over here anymore."
Yeah.
So I don't know. And like, there's like the other people aren't around anymore. Like, there's no more giants. The children of the forest are barely around.
Yeah.
They might be dead now. I don't know. Fireball throwing little weirdos.
Do you think, like, because they're planning on doing that prequel series, do you think they'll talk about any, like, that older, like, stuff in the prequel, or do you think they'll go completely different, so then, like, they...
I'm
Doesn't
sure
really
it'll, I'm sure it'll come
doesn't
up.
really
It's gonna-
interfere?
I mean, it pretty much have to, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought the cave was kind of cool, but I thought it was also like it just happened to be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it had all those like shapes and shit, and then it's got all those shapes they used to put the dead people in and stuff. It was like all similar, like that kind of stuff. But
I wanted to ask you this because I thought this in the episode, and it'd be interesting because I saw, like, 2 or 3 other people talk about this on Twitter. Do you think Daenerys is changing? Like, do you think she's
like going bad.
a little bit?
I mean, she always liked burning people.
Well, yeah, but I don't know, like, and do you, because to me it looked like this episode that Tyrion is kind of like, okay, we need to kind of calm her down a bit a couple times. There's a couple things that happen.
Yeah.
He gave her a look, and even in the next on, there's some things, and he's just like, she's kind of more the same, like what Jon Snow said to her.
Yeah. Although, but
Which, I mean, obviously she's better than Cersei. Fucking a rock could be better than Cersei. But...
well, she didn't, like, kill anybody that wasn't a soldier.
yeah, I know. But there was just things, like, she just wanted to go out to the battle and all that stuff. Like, it just seemed like she was getting way more angry. And Tyrion kind of had to look like she might need to settle down a bit.
Yeah, but, like, she has dragons.
Yeah, but like Jon Snow said, just because you have them, if you go burn and do all this shit...
Yeah, I got what he was saying. He's like, if you got them, you're going to be no better than them, then you're going to be no different.
Mm-hmm.
Except that she has dragons and nobody else does. So she already is different.
Well, but no, but he's not meaning it as like she's gonna be. He means it as like, because they'll kill people whatever to get what they want.
Yeah.
So she uses her dragons to kill people. She's just like them, except she's just the leader that has dragons.
But she
to
didn't
do
do that. She went and did it in war. So I think it's a little different. Like, she didn't go to the Red Keep like she wanted to and just burn the fuck out of Cersei.
She just took out her anger on the soldiers.
Right, but it'd be like having a tank. If you got a tank and someone attacks you...
Well, they didn't attack them. They were just sitting there.
They did attack. They took Highgarden. That's
Yeah,
their allies.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, okay, you got a tank, and your friend's across the street getting murdered. Do you shoot your tank at the other people?
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that, like, I agree with her actions, but it was just some of the looks on her face to me seemed like they were doing it on purpose to show that she's, like, kind of... I don't think she's going to become evil, but that, like, she's willing to do a lot more shit than maybe she would have been.
I think she was mad because, well, she lost Dorne and she lost the Tyrells.
Yeah.
I mean, she had 3 dragons, didn't use them, and lost 2 battles.
It's true, yeah.
So I mean, she needed to do something, and I'm not even really on her side. Like,
What's funny is, so getting to the war scene, which I thought was so hilarious when Tyrion's like, "Oh, run, you fool," or "Flee, you fool," and then he doesn't, and he charges at her, and he's like, "You fucking
yeah,
idiot,"
that was actually.
which I loved that clip.
Yeah.
I think I realized, I was like, "Oh no, don't kill her," and I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm on like her side," but then I didn't want him to die.
Oh,
But
so that's what you were thinking? Don't kill Daenerys? You thought he was gonna kill Daenerys?
Well, no, I didn't think he was going to, but I was
Uh.
like, "Don't attempt to," because she's like, I was more on her side than his side. I realized at the moment, I was like, "Oh, I didn't think
See,
I was."
I had that last week when her and John were arguing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Bitch, shut up."
See, but last week I was the same. But I now
Really?
I put her and John on the same side. But like although
Yeah, but I still.
to be fair though, if Tyrion wasn't on her side, and like I don't know where he would be. But
Right.
if it was just her and some random people, and then can't think of his name now.
Varys?
No, the guy with the metal arm. Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
I was spacing on his name. If it was just him attacking her and no one else that I liked, like Jon Snow and Tyrion on her side, I think I'd be against her a little bit.
See, when he's like, "You fucking idiot," and then he was like, and then he started charging, my first reaction was, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because, like, I thought he's gonna die.
That's what I was saying. Like, I didn't want him to die,
Right.
but I didn't want him to kill her.
But it's also, he's gonna die.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't want him to die. I don't know.
I don't want him to die. I like Jamie. I don't care
Yeah.
if he fucks his sister and killed the king and pushed Bran out the window. He did Bran a favor. If he wouldn't have pushed him out the window, he never would have been the Three-Eyed Raven.
You know what I actually thought for a split second might happen, because they kept showing Tyrion looking at Jamie and looking at her, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" I was thinking he was thinking, "I don't want to do this." I thought he was gonna maybe go run down there before he could go and kill Jamie, and that was gonna be like the end scene. Was like,
How fast do you think Tyrion is?
well, I thought it was gonna take more time.
Oh, okay.
Like, I thought he was gonna go before he could even plan to run out there. So I thought the end scene was gonna be right when Jamie goes to like run at her. Tyrion would be behind him with his sword, and like he kills his brother or whatever, and that's how it would end.
Oh.
Cause then that would also show her.
I don't even think he could reach him.
He was standing on the floor. But that's what I thought was gonna happen. And then when he just called him a fucking idiot and he ran off, I was like, "Oh, that's still just as cool." I think.
I kind of thought he was going to run there and help her pull a spear out. You don't think that was going to happen?
No, well,
That might have been wishful.
and if he was, he might have not wanted to have another spear in his hand to scare the dragon.
Yeah, that dragon was fucking
So
shit up.
when he was running and the dragon turned, did you think, "Oh, this is the end of Jamie"?
Yep.
I did too. And then he got tackled, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And then he starts sinking down, and I'm like, well, they gonna pick him up next episode.
Well, that's what I thought. I was
he's
like,
not
oh,
gonna-
someone got him. And I thought it was Dick on, not Rick on.
Rick on.
But apparently it was Braun. Everyone says it's Braun.
I was pretty sure it was Braun, especially because it looked like the guy had no armor on, and I don't think Braun did,
Yeah.
because he had to take.
I didn't rewatch or anything. I just saw a dude jump. So I
Yeah,
didn't pay
I
attention.
didn't either.
My first reaction was it was Dick on because he had already saved him once.
Yeah,
And Braun seemed to be way over another part. But
that could just be a thing overlooked, you know.
yeah. Or maybe I'm just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, okay, so he saves him.
Actually,
And then as he's floating down, I thought, motherfucker, I don't think he's going to die that way. That's not a cool way to go out.
mm-hmm.
And I think Jamie needs to go out in a cool way.
I think when I already said I think it was him, but you know how he was shooting that spear at the dragon land there. When the dragon lands, because he jumped off of it, they already lit it on fire. The dragon hits it with his tail, so the dragon was right by his everything. So it probably was him because he was right there.
Oh, that's true.
So I mean, it could have still been your dude, I guess.
It would
but
be
it
weird.
makes sense for
He's
him.
not my dude.
He's your dude. You love Dick on.
So I mean, if Jamie doesn't drown, they capture him. That's gonna be weird. See, and that'll test Daenerys's whatever, because he killed her dad. He was
Yeah.
crazy and a dickhead, and she knows that. Tyrion's brother. And then if they capture Jamie, they're gonna capture Bronn. And then Bronn is Tyrion's like buddy.
Yeah.
It could make it very awkward next episode. Not as
It could-
awkward
it
as
could-
Jon and Theon.
If, like, say she doesn't right away want to kill them or whatever, which I don't think she will. I don't know. But it could make for like if say they're locked up, it could make for some funny moments too of Tyrion going down there.
Oh yeah,
and talking to them.
She won't. I mean, I think Jamie's too valuable just to kill him.
Yeah, we talked too, me and Mom, when if Jamie would have died there, say it took some time before like Cersei found out, or even if she did find out, that'd set up the perfect thing for Arya to pretend to be him and just be like, I survived, and that's when Arya could kill her.
Well, it was funny. I was thinking that as he's floating down, I was
Mhm.
like, how's Arya gonna get in that head if he's down at the bottom? And how deep is that fucking river?
Yeah,
Like he fell in. Wasn't it a river?
it looked like it, I don't know.
Jesus.
So like, but like, how do you think they get him out? Do you think they just have a bunch of dudes from down there and pull him out, or
scuba divers.
I don't think they have scuba divers in
No, they better invent that shit.
Game of Thrones land. But like seriously, like a guy's sinking down with armor, you don't have much time to think before he's dead.
The funny thing is, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, someone knows how to swim. Maybe Aquaman will come up from the dead. He was in the first season.
Oh, that'd be a good crossover a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. It didn't seem like when he was sinking there was like something down at the bottom.
Like another dragon.
Yeah.
I don't. It was weird. Like it seemed like I don't know.
Maybe it's just a shadow.
It
or
looked
something.
very odd.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I thought someone was going to eat him or something. I didn't know what the fuck is going on. But, I don't know. It should make for an interesting... It's fucking... Got to wait a whole week. I can't take it.
Well, it's like crazy, too, because we're more than halfway over now.
I know.
Only like 3 left.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying.
Funny, it took you like 6 seasons to get into it.
Yeah, I know. These past 2 seasons are my favorite. Well, I guess other than the first. I like the first season.
Well, it's funny, too,
But, like-
and then I'll be like... Something happens, like, oh, that's from that season. You're like, really? Because, like... I think if you would have watched it more closely, you would have enjoyed it more. You know what I mean?
As I said previously, pal, I offered to rewatch Game of Thrones before this season started because, like I said, I'm illiterate when it comes to Game of Thrones.
You know, you offered, but no one believed you.
I would have done it. I would have hated it probably, but I would have done it.
You could still do it.
And I was gonna. And also, I would have read the comics of it, which is all. I think they only have all of season 1 out now, but I could have read that, and it would have refreshed my memory a little bit, and like got some people's names. And you and Chris said, "No, it'll be better if you don't, probably, because you won't know what's going on."
All right.
So there you go, bub. It's all your fault.
Whatever. I mean, if you want to not remember shit, it's your own fault.
I mean, I remember. You just gotta tell me, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, did that guy? I guess there was an old guy that might have said something like that. Okay, yeah, I buy it. And then I'm like, okay, then I can move on with the episode.
You know, it's funny because Hess is watching season 2.
Yeah, no, if you wanna
Oh
fucking
my
go
God.
back in time 7 years, follow who's he tweeting it from?
Fuck, I don't
Gucci
know.
has
Something like
has
that.
sucks cock 67. I'll put his Twitter up here, but you should go look at it. Maybe reply to some of his tweets or give him a like or something.
God, he tweets some fucking random shit.
Because it's like imagine. Well, I mean, this is what it is. It's someone who's never watched Game of Thrones before. I think he just finished season 1, so he's probably on season 2 now.
He's on season 2. He's probably
And-
like 4 or 5 into it. He's getting into it.
and he live
He's only 6 years behind, so that's cool.
and he live tweets him watching the old ones. So I told him we should watch Cheers and live tweet the whole thing,
We could, or MASH.
like every episode.
Be like, that fucking Sam.
Like I don't know, it's
You
weird
think
to me.
Sam and Diane will ever get together?
Like I don't understand, because to me he tweets like he's never heard anything about Game of Thrones. I don't know how he's gone this far and not heard a single sport. Because like
Oh, no, he knows. He's
Like-
just playing dumb.
the Jon Snow shit. How does he not know that Jon Snow like?
He's like, I feel like we're supposed to like Jon Snow. Do ya? It's like, you know, but then there's other stuff. Like he texted me the other day. He's like, yeah, the 20,000 men heading south to King's Landing. They just made a deal with this old crabby guy. And I was like, oh yeah, that guy's Walder Frey. You might want to remember him.
Yeah, it's really weird watching this. And then like he'll tweet really obscure things like he'll see Jason Momoa and he'll be like,
Talk about
oh look at this guy, he's got such a tiny little dick and blah, 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 blah.
yeah, that was. a
I'm
little
like,
weird.
you know, if he saw your tweet, he could destroy you.
Yeah,
He could eat Hess for breakfast and still be hungry after.
yeah.
It's just weird.
It's a little weird, but I don't know. It's harmless.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely Hess. It's all around Hess.
Yeah, I want him to come up with something. He wanted to quit the show after Ned died.
Yeah, I saw him tweet
I'm
that.
like, I really liked him. I don't even feel like watching anymore. Well, then don't watch it. I don't know what
if
to
he
tell
was
you.
the only reason you're watching the show, then maybe you should.
Ned did some stupid shit.
I thought it'd be interesting. He'll never come over, so it'll never happen. But if he came over after every season he watched Game of Thrones and like recapped the season, almost like how we had Mima recap Better Call Saul, except me and you would be there to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine it being very similar to Mima, being like how she called it Dick Dog and Smokey instead of HH&M.
Yeah.
It'd be very, very similar to that.
Yeah, it'd be bad. I don't know, but he likes it now. He's on halfway through season 2. He plans on watching it all. He's going on vacation. He's gonna watch them on the plane and shit. So
Wow.
he'll be caught up just in time to not watch it for 2 years and fucking have to watch the end with us. So,
Yeah.
You know, good timing on that.
Well, I think this is the end of Pleeka Thrones for this week. This is the longest one we've ever done.
Yeah, we babbled a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah, this was a really good episode of Game of Thrones. I'm excited for next week's. I hope I was right about that Jon Snow thing I talked about. That sounds like they're coming
made
out.
that shit up.
I'll pull it up after this and we'll watch it
I'm
immediately.
gonna go watch the next one right now.
If I didn't put the clip in there, it's because you knew I was wrong, or I forgot when I was editing. One or the other.
So it's 50-50?
50-50. I could be wrong. Who knows? But yeah, so thanks for watching Pleekathons this week. Pleekers will be back next Sunday night, hopefully. We didn't get to put it out this Sunday night because some dildo had a job. Talking about you.
Yeah, I got it.
But yeah, so we'll see you guys next Sunday.